rocking on since an early age. Not since 97, I ain't miss a game. Came up with TD and Rod Smith. I was riding with the team when they got the chip. Before the Chevrolets and the Lobster. I'm rocking on, man. Hey, always gotta rock orange, that's just how I roll. I'm rocking orange, man. Word up. I'll be rocking with the Broncos. I'm rocking orange, man. Hey, always gotta rock orange, that's just how I roll. I'm rocking orange, man. Hey, always gotta rock orange, that's just how I roll. I'm rocking orange, man. Word up. I'll be rocking with the Broncos. I'm rocking orange, man. Hey, always gotta rock orange, that's just how I roll. I'm rocking orange, man. You see it, I'll be rocking with the Broncos. I've been rocking orange since an early age. Not since 97, I ain't miss a game. Came up with TD and Rod Smith. I was riding with the team when they got the chip. Before the Chevrolets and the Lobster. I remember Elway's helicopter. I'm telling you, that man was a monster. Way before he had his hands on the roster. He turned the Broncos to a powerhouse. So you know I got a shout out to Johnny. Elway, he important, man. He the reason that I'm always rocking orange, man. Hey, always gotta rock orange, that's just how I roll.
What's up, Broncos country? Kev Dan here, coming to you for another episode of Bourbon, Broncos, No BS. Talk some Broncos football with you guys. If you haven't watched the show before, guys, go ahead and grab some bourbon, whiskey, booze, beer, whatever you want. Kick back, relax, and ask some Broncos questions. Tell us your thoughts on what the Broncos, how you think they're doing, where you think we need to go. And we're going to try to stay positive tonight, but I know after going 3-7, it's not always possible. But to help me bring back some of the positive, we got the man of Team Puffball himself, David. How's it going, man?
Boy, it is good to be back with you, and good to be back with Broncos country as well tonight. I want to send a big special shout out to everybody who followed Team Puffball on its adventures across the globe these last couple of weeks. It was a great trip. I know you saw all the pictures. The Puffball and I saw some sights, and maybe we'll get into that a little bit later on. But it's great to be back and talk some Broncos football, even though the football that we have to talk about just hasn't been that good.
No.
Yeah, the more things changed, the more they kind of stayed the same while I was gone, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm sure you came back just in time to, watch the Broncos there. Probably, at first, everyone, guys, I know we were so excited after that first half. But David, same thing as always. We get into the second half, and everything from McManus, who is normally clutch, especially in those big game time situations, just absolutely misses that field goal. And it wasn't his fault. I mean, the loss isn't purely on him. He is another function within the loss to Minnesota there, because that field goal right there, I mean, pushed us, I don't even know, way off into needing that touchdown at the end, and we just weren't able to get. So what are your thoughts, David? Obviously, we still have those problems just finishing out a game. I mean, fourth time in this season, we've had a lead in the fourth quarter, and we've lost all four of those games. What is your take on all of that?
It's just, to me, it's the symptoms of a team that is still trying to kind of figure out what it is under a new coaching staff. A team that has had upheaval already at the quarterback position this year, both due to the ineffective play of Joe Flacco while he was in there. And, of course, now that he's injured, you've got Allen in there who's trying, a kid who's going to go out there and give you his best every week. But, when I see him with 35 plus passes in a game against a defense like Minnesota's, that to me just doesn't scream recipe for success. You've got, like you said, there was a lot of issues in that game. You can't just put it on the arm of Allen. McManus, you've got a kind of a total defense, not a total defensive breakdown, but they really allowed some big plays in that second half to an offense, and that's kind of been that offense's hallmark this year. But when you shut them down really well in the first half, and then come out that second half and give up 20 plus points to a team that was 0-99. When they were more than 20 points
no, that was across the NFL in the last 5 years.
That's across the NFL the last 5 years.
Either way.
Yeah, either way. I tough. Really, really tough. And it's just kind of, you're at a certain point, at this point in the season, you are what your record says you are. And the record says we're not a very good football team. And that unfortunately passes the eye test too. I like the future of this team. I like the coaching staff in place. I like a lot of the young guys on this team. It's going to be a little while longer before we really see them come together and play effective enough football to win games and string wins together, Kev.
Really agree, and stand by with me, guys, while I open up the chat here because I forgot to do that. But you're right. Look, this team is close, except just not where it counts. Unfortunately, we can sit here all day and say, yeah, we're close, but until we actually get those wins in that win column, and sorry for the technical issues there, guys. We can sit here all day and say this team is so close. This team is so close that we can feel it. 3-7 though. If you can't close out games, if you cannot play all 4 quarters consistently, you're going to be in this position every single year. Now, let me get to a little bright spot, okay? Because I know we're kind of all like, we're hurting right now. Bright spot on the team. If you had to pick a bright spot on the team, what would you say?
Oh my gosh. I should stop saying Cortland Sutton at this point.
That's it, dude. What else do you have to say?
You know what? At this point, I'm going to go with Noah Fant over the last couple of weeks.
He was targeted 11 times.
He was, and he caught 4 balls for 60 yards, I believe. So yeah, it's not the kind of the target to catch ratio that you want. But if he finishes the season over 500 yards receiving, I think he'll only be the 34th tight end to do that in his rookie season, right? Since I think the 60s. Yeah. So we can talk about how much of a disappointment Noah Fant has been, and especially early in the season. Obviously we all probably wanted to expect a little more from him right out of the gate, but he's a guy who I think is kind of coming on pretty strong the last couple of weeks, and a guy who's this bodes well for his future. Tight end is a pretty notoriously difficult position to learn in your rookie year because you have to learn the responsibilities of 2 positions, right. Offensive lineman and part wide receiver. And he is really a guy who's been asked to do both this year. We've seen him in line and blocking. We've seen him out, obviously, running routes and catching passes. And he's been a work in progress at each one of those things, but you've seen it kind of come together a little bit now. And again, it kind of bodes well for his future and what he can do with some continuity at the offensive coordinator position, which I think we're going to have. I don't think we're at any risk of our offensive coordinator being poached for a head coach next season. So hopefully another year in a D1.
Yeah.
Do you see anybody on the defensive side of the ball this year that's really been a bright spot for you?
Man, between Justin Simmons, you got Johnson, you got Jackson, those 3 right there. And guys, I'll get to some of your comments here in a second, so I do appreciate you watching. But once again, my name's Kevin. I'm joined here by David. Grab that bourbon, whiskey, booze, beer, whatever you want. Kick back, relax, and ask us some questions. But yeah, man, defense. Those 3 players right there. Simmons and I think it was Johnson are ranked in number 1 in their positions just about every single week by Pro Football Focus. And these are guys who really struggled under Vance Joseph both years that he was here. And so, those 3 are easy to pick out. But if you want to talk about a bright spot in terms of on the team, I'm thinking the defense as a whole. Now, Cassidy, how you doing? You got Layla in here as well. Hope I said your name right. Hope is forever there. Completely agree. But Cassidy says our defense stay in the locker room after halftime. And while our defense is normally, at least before this last game, we were in the top 4 defenses in the league in several different categories, which is fantastic. But the second half is skewing that so much because time and time again, we go out and we just blow these second half leads. And so what I'm dying for Coach Fangio to figure out how to do, you see all these teams come out in the second half with halftime adjustments against us. We cannot seem to overcome that whatsoever. And David, I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but there are some bright spots on the team, and the defense has been turned around drastically from the last 2 years, but there are still some major problems, such as not being able to adjust during the game.
Yeah, and I think it's a kind of just a symptom right now of, the fact that Coach Fangio is still a rookie head coach, and I think he's going to be able to get that stuff figured out as he's going along. He's still got a lot of his head's probably not swimming as badly as it was to begin the season, but he's probably just not still 100% there as far as knowing, keeping the game mechanics stuff in mind, as well as keeping your game plan in mind and trying to make two things at any given moment with this Broncos team. You're not really sure what the offense is doing. And appreciate everybody sticking with us through some technical difficulties tonight. It's been one of those nights.
Sure has
but
been.
but Red Cloud hit the nail on the head. Second half Blues once again. It's just, like I said, I think it's just that symptom of Coach Fangio still trying to learn on the job and kind of learn on the fly here. And I think he's doing a good job. I think he's adjusting well, but it's just as much a symptom of that as, the players not being on the same page as him sometimes, I think.
Yeah. Cassidy also agrees that Sutton and running backs are some bright spots. And we got Travis thinks Chubb is a bright spot. I mean, I'm ready for him to come back. That's for sure. And Cassidy asks, do you think any of our issues are in the front office? And if you guys didn't see, there was a report by CBS Sports that came out a little bit before game time this last week that essentially said that Coach Fangio does not know how to relate to his players. He's mean, and he's mean to the offensive coaches. And essentially it said that the offensive coaches are now banding together. It's making them closer. But then the article weirdly ends, after talking about all of this, at the very end it says, oh yeah, and there's John Elway as the problem. And this team might be up for sale. And that's just, I don't even know why that's in there. It's just fluff. I don't know if it's meant to put the scent off of whoever the whistleblower is or whatnot. But yeah, David, I mean, how much of this do you think is tied to front office issues?
Well, it's just, unfortunately, there's problems top down in this organization that I think every Broncos fan knows. From ownership to the front office to the coaching staff, you have legitimate gripes that you can make with each level there to some degree or other. But immediately after that report, we saw several Broncos sources from different levels in the organization come out and say all of this is complete BS. So what we can take away from that article as far as truthfulness, probably not a lot. I'm certainly not giving a ton of credence to it. But at a certain point when you're going through a third losing season in a row, it's not surprising to hear that kind of stuff come out. It's not, because obviously there is something in the organization that we as fans aren't seeing,
right?
But there's strife in there somewhere. It's just, it's the way these organizations work. It's natural to a point. But when you're like I said, when you're halfway through your third losing season in a row, some of these issues get exacerbated a little bit, unfortunately.
What losing team, what organization that is struggling to do well does not have internal problems? People get frustrated when it's their job, when it's your job, and things around you just are not working out for a long period of time. People start to get frustrated. That's not just a football thing. That's just not a Broncos thing. That's just a human nature thing. So if there is any truth to that article, it's probably in that regard, but not to the point of coaches versus players and coaches against coaches, basically hating each other. And no, that's not the case at all. And I'll tell you what, if Coach Fangio was that terrible of a people person, he wouldn't have been a defensive coordinator for 20 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he wouldn't be as respected a figure around the league as he is. Not just defensive coordinator, but just the things that you hear about Vic Fangio from every front office he's ever worked for, every player that's ever played for him. This is not a guy who doesn't know how to relate to NFL players at this level. That's just not something that's believable to me. And that's really kind of the first kind of red flag to me in this article, that there's really not a whole lot of truth in that. Let's see.
We got a couple comments between Randy and Travis talking about bringing Peyton Manning into the building. Now, before I think we've talked about this before, David, but I'll let you take this one to start.
All right, and I think I've probably put my position on this out there as fairly clear too. I love Peyton Manning as a football mind, but I don't know what we should be hiring him to do. I don't really know when these suggestions are made. What's the thought process behind putting Peyton Manning in a high-level football decision-making position for this team right away? What evidence do we have that he knows how to evaluate players and knows how to evaluate players within a scheme and knows how to hire coaches to implement that scheme on both sides of a football? If you want to hire Peyton Manning to start as a scout or, in one of these kind of entry level positions with it, absolutely. I'm all for it because I love, just having that guy around can help your franchise. Just having his name in the building can help your franchise. But I haven't, I don't think of Peyton Manning necessarily as a guy who I would, for instance, think about as a replacement for John Elway, or, not a guy who I would install right away as a general manager, just because I have no idea that he can do the job. I don't know that he can't, but I have no reason to think that he would step into that job and immediately be a better replacement than what we've got in the front office right away. I just, I love to have him with the organization in some capacity, but probably not closer to the top, probably closer to the bottom than the top.
And Randy says head coach, and Randy, my argument to that is the coaching side of football, the organizational side of football is completely different than being on the field. And we know Peyton Manning was called, the on-field coach, if you will. He knew his part to the offense. You tell him, you hand him the playbook and tell him, okay, come up with a game plan to, disseminate again across your assistants there, and then be able to manage the clock and do all these other things and make those game time decisions. I don't care if you're Peyton Manning or not. You cannot just step into that role. And I mean, we tried that. Not to say that Peyton Manning would do just as poorly as Vance Joseph, but how often do brand new, first off, when's the last time somebody went from nothing to head coach? That doesn't happen in the NFL. You have to work your way up. And like David, you were talking about starting out as a scout or something. Maybe he just wants to be involved that way. But what I can tell you right now is Peyton Manning is loving his life. I mean, he has Peyton's Play show on ESPN Plus. He's doing all these things. He's taking his kids to school and picking them up, and he's just living the retired life right now. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. But there is just, if you guys can find for me, maybe you guys want to fact check me. I have never heard of a retired player going from retired to head coach. And I would bet $50 that has never happened.
Yeah. Well, and more than that, and I've seen, QB coach actually probably is like Travis.
Now that'd be okay. Okay.
Reasonable. What I think we also want to be aware of with, especially it would be tempted to have him as offensive coordinator or something like that, for an offense that has had as much trouble getting going as ours has. But, the Peyton Manning system is basically the quarterback is smart enough to do everything on the field himself. And there's one quarterback in 1,000, maybe fewer odds than that can actually execute the Peyton Manning scheme. It's why only Peyton Manning ran it with success in his time in the NFL. So it requires very specific talent to be able to run that kind of scheme. Now, like Travis said, QB coach, I'll go back to that because I kind of love that idea. But, who knows if he wants to do it? Who knows if he thinks he'd be good at it? And like you said, I'm sure he's enjoying retired life pretty hard right now. I don't know that he's necessarily ready to step back into any kind of anything yet.
No, and Peyton Manning is the type of guy that when he's ready, somebody's going to take him. Whether it's a spot on the announcer stat, being a commentator or announcer or something within an organization. When he's ready, it's not going to take him more than a day or two for somebody to be like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd say less than 36 hours. But we got Neil up in here. He says he wants the Broncos to pay me half of what Elway's getting and watch the magic happen. And David, well, first off, Neil, I appreciate the confidence you have in me, but David, I think based off the technical issues we already had here alone tonight, this is okay. This is all I need right now. I don't be making calls for the Broncos there.
Yeah.
Now, Bless says, Bless's personal opinion is the Broncos beating the Vikings means nothing. And so let's go back just to this game a little bit more. If we had won, how big of a deal would it have been that we went 4-6 instead of where we are now at 3-7? What would that have meant?
In the grand scheme of things, it would have felt a little better. We'd be one game closer to 500, which would feel attainable at 4-6. It's not as if you're gonna, go on a huge win streak and light the league on fire from 4-6. But you can get back to a respectable 7-9 or 8-8 season maybe. You can see those things from 4-6. Even you've got to go out and do it at that point. But now at 3-7, you're feeling like 5-11 is now kind of your ceiling. There's really not a whole lot further up you can go from there. And it's tougher and tougher to climb yourself out of these holes when you keep losing these close games, and tougher to convince yourself, I think, as a player that you're going to be able to do it. Now, that's not to say that any of these players are throwing in the towel. Obviously not true. And we're not going to see that at any point this season. I think we're going to see a lot of what we have seen for the rest of the season. Guys who are going to go out there and fight and scrape for every yard and every point. And they're going to come up short sometimes. And it's just the way it's going to be, because that's kind of the team we have right now. But we're going to have to kind of, be patient with it as fans, because our future as a team is out there on the football field trying to learn how to put it together. Especially if we see Drew Lock at any point this season, that's really going to be what Broncos country potentially has to look forward to for a few years to come, or not. So now we're in that position where let's see as much of these young guys as we can for the rest of the season, because at 3-7, you're not really even aiming for respectability as far as a record goes. You're kind of jockeying for draft position at the top 10 at this point.
Really agree. We've got some questions here in regards to quarterbacks. Cassie says, do you think LA will look for a quick fix quarterback in the offseason, or do you think we have a franchise QB in Allen or Locke? And Neil says, where we've been hiding Allen, he's got some skills. So I'll address Neil's part to this whole talk first. Of Allen is a backup. He's a good backup. Yeah. He has potential to be that solid back. We can see that he makes things happen. He trusts his receivers. He can put the ball where it needs to be to make so the receivers can make the play. But I know we've seen just the bottom of the barrel with Flacco, and now anyone looks amazing compared to Flacco. But if you take a step back and you see Brandon Allen's stats over the last 2 games, it's just not there. He's not the quarterback of the future. And if you ask me, Locke isn't either.
I mean, and I'm not going to say anything about Drew Lock yet, a guy who I haven't seen any regular season snaps out of. I don't want to judge yet. But I do know that Brandon Allen, your franchise guy, when he gets the ball on a short field with, 3 minutes to play and has 4 shots to get it in from the 4-yard line, your franchise guy is going to get you that touchdown. That's the end of the story for me. That's it. So like you said, I think his ceiling is very good NFL backup. And I think we're seeing that right now, but if he's the guy, he scores a touchdown there and they come away with a win. That's the end of it for me. Let's see. I know there've been a couple of questions about who we may draft. The LSU quarterback is a guy that, we might be considering. I just looked up his name and unfortunately I lost it. And here it is, Joe Burrows. Yeah, he's a guy. They just beat Alabama. LSU did. That's no joke for any team in college football. But he's a guy at 6'4" who I don't know if is going to be tall enough for John Elway. But he's certainly the kind of Elway, pocket passer, I think, that Elway is going to go much more for than, a Tua Tagovailoa, a guy who makes plays with his legs. Elway has always kind of made his preference clear that he prefers that drop back passer to have those classic quarterback traits. Now, we'll see as the draft unfolds. We'll have to kind of see as our position dictates. 5-11 this year with all the bad teams in the league may only be good for 11th or 12th, and at that point, who knows what you're going to have to get. It would not surprise me at all if we went quarterback, especially if we made the top 10. I think that's really an area you've got to be looking at. But we're just going to have to see where the draft cards fall for us this year. I would really like to see Drew Lock. I would really, really like to see him for at least a couple of games to see if he's a guy who can actually go out there and win a game for you. And I know it's a lot to put on a rookie's shoulder, but at a certain point, somebody for this Broncos in that quarterback position has to go out there and actively win games for you instead of not lose them or just lose them like Joe Flacco did.
So here's the reason why I think Drew Lock's not the quarterback of the future. If the coaching staff and John Elway had faith in Drew Lock, he'd be playing already. He'd be suiting up, at a minimum, he'd be suiting up as backup this week. And as we've heard, as of late, that's probably not going to happen. Now, if it happens, maybe. But if you're telling me that we trust this guy to be our quarterback of the future, but we're only going to give him 2 games, that tells me that, again, there's not a lot of faith in him. And we're going to be going after a quarterback in this first round. We're going to use him as trade bait and get another quarterback in this first round. Because even then for me and for the coaching staff, the Broncos, if you see him in 2 games, that's not enough to make that decision, So either way, I could see us going after quarterback in that first round, especially if we're in the top 10, top 12. It's just something that we need to do. If we had 4 or 5 data points, 5 games of seeing Drew Lock, okay, now we have a good idea of where we go from here. But I'm sure we'll talk more about the draft as we get closer. There's a lot of things there. People are talking about Cam Newton. David, I say no way.
No, and for the same reason that I really wasn't that excited about Joe Flacco, it's just we can't do any more retread QBs who are coming off big season-ending injuries and who haven't stayed healthy for the past few years. And, because we've seen how that pattern works, especially with John Elway. All of the free agents he signed that are coming off of health issues re-aggravate those health issues. We've seen Bryce Callahan and Jawan James this year already. It's for that reason alone, apart from any other bone you could pick with the idea of Cam Newton, I am totally out. We have to start over. If we're going to start over at the quarterback position, it has to be with youth. All right. It has to be with at least an unknown quantity, as opposed to we know what we're going to get, and it's probably going to be a season-ending injury at some point. That's the bottom line for me there.
Season ending, and you talked about, let's see, Cassidy was thinking about, or asking about this, quick fix quarterback. That's what that would be. And it'd be a failure, just like Case Keenum was, just like Joe Flacco was. Cam Newton has been mentally broken since that strip sack in Super Bowl 50. He has not recovered from Super Bowl 50 mentally, and it shows in his play. And I can't understand why anyone wants that on the Broncos. This guy, they won't even trust him to scramble for a 1 or 2 yard touchdown. So we can talk about that more later, but Cam Newton is that terrible, terrible idea. And again, guys, so first, again, my name is Kev Daniel. I'm here with David on Bourbon, Broncos, No BS. And here at the show, guys, if you disagree with us, that's fine. That's completely fine. We're not going to mock you. We're not going to call you an idiot. You can disagree with us and call us those things. That's up to you. But this is the No BS area, guys. Call it as you see it. If we disagree, we can have that kind of conversation. And so the reason I bring this up is Brian down here, and I appreciate you watching, Brian, says, okay, so Manning threw 34 interceptions his first year as quarterback. He was definitely a franchise guy. It was Allen's second game ever, so cut him a little slack on making that touchdown in the last series. My response to that is, if Brandon Allen was going to be a franchise quarterback, it would have been with any of the last 2 or 3 teams that he was the backup for.
I mean, it's, you can say, everybody likes to just throw an arbitrary comparison out there, like, well, Peyton Manning threw 34 interceptions, but that's a comparison without context, unfortunately. Peyton Manning was one of the top recruited quarterbacks coming into college in the country, and he showed why while he was in college. And Brandon Allen has never been at the top of his profession at any time in his career, which you can't say the same for about Peyton Manning in his high school or college careers. So I get it. And, we want to kind of pull for the guy who's doing it for us right now. But to make that comparison because Peyton Manning threw 34 interceptions in his rookie year does not really compute. At least for me, I don't think that that's a direct comparison that you can make successfully. But there's that 0.04% chance that Brandon Allen comes out next week and throws 8 touchdowns, and then we'll all have to shut up at least for a week and do it.
Stay with us, guys. Still come back.
Uh-oh.
No, you're good. You're good.
I am out.
There you are.
I'm back.
But yes, if he throws 8 touchdowns, if he wins us the game, we'll shut up for a week, man.
That's it. Exactly. And that's why, despite the fact that I'm really not looking forward to this Buffalo game, you better believe I'll be there for all 4 quarters.
Andrew says, and I want to start talking about the next game before we start running out of time here, guys. But Ryan says, so what do you think of Mahomes? It seems he is not an average but higher up quarterback to me. Has he come down from the clouds? I think, just to answer this kind of quickly, from my point of view, teams have enough tape on him to know how to beat him.
I mean, that's it. Yeah, honestly. And, you got that Cleveland game. I mean, he's the first game in. You don't know anything about his tendencies. Now the Vikings game is on tape, and that's, the Vikings have a pretty good defense. So the Buffalo also has no slackers on defense. You know what I mean? It's going to be a pretty tough test this week. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, now Andrew has a good question here that I kind of wanted to go over too.
Yeah.
So if we're not open to Cam Newton, then that suggests that we know who it should be. I think we maybe touched on that a little bit. He says, should it be Allen, Locke, or rookie? You thinking rookie?
Rookie.
Rookie for you. Locke for me. Just to see what we've got. And I'm not opposed to if even drafting a rookie high. Even if we started Drew Lock next year and then had that rookie sit, then kind of, just maybe figure out as the season goes along. I know that's a recipe for another season of not a lot of wins, but I think it's worth it if you finally figure out that quarterback position. Now, that being said, obviously neither you nor I have all the answers. If we did, the Broncos would be paying us an awful lot of money.
That'd be sweet, man.
Yeah,
that'd be sweet.
Really, really sweet. Absolutely.
And we know John Elway is watching the show, so
not,
so
right now, yeah, absolutely. He knows where to find us. He knows.
Exactly.
He's seen my resume. Yeah.
This is our resume. This is a video resume we're having him watch.
Right. And I know you have kind of different objections to the Cam Newton thing than I do, but for me, it's just more of a no more retread QBs. Just eliminate that category. I'm not really interested in any guy who didn't pan out for any other team for whatever reason. Peyton Manning came along and he was great, but that's kind of a one chance in 1,000 that guy works out for you. And I don't think we're going to get another success out of that in our lifetimes.
Completely agreed, man. Completely agreed. Let's see. Stuart, how you doing? He says, if we don't draft a franchise quarterback, we will continue to lose. I want see my team go to the playoffs. And if Elway doesn't start making better decisions to put the team in a winning position, he needs to go point blank. And this is something that's really going to be talked about a lot more over the next 1 to 2 years. I think right now there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of guessing as to, hey, depending on what happens in the next 2 years, what's going to happen and the whole ownership changeover with the team. And it's just too early to talk about right now. I will say that if this was his contract year, there'd be a lot of question marks. But he has 2 years to turn around. And I think what we've seen with Vic Fangio and what he's done to the defense, and if we get that offense turning around a little bit, these close losses will become wins, at least more of them. And, guys, this is part of being a fan. We're up on top. We go to Super Bowl 48 and we lose, but then 2 years later we're at Super Bowl 50 and we win. and we're down at the bottom again. Okay, teams ebb and flow. And if you're watching this show, guys, you are a diehard fan just like us. And that's what fandom's about. So this team will be back on top again. It might take another couple of years, hopefully with the right drafting and the right, acquiring players during free agency and whatnot. But this team will be back on top again. It's just a matter of time. And David, when we are back on top, it's going to be awesome to see that, we sat here through the bottom and, be living at large then. But, guys, I want to transition to this next week's game just a little bit before we start heading on out. So, David, 3-7, going on the road again to the Buffalo Bills, outdoor stadium. I haven't looked at the weather report yet, but either way, it's probably going to be really, really, really cold. What does the team need to do with this game? What does this game mean to the Broncos, and what do you want to see?
To me, defensively, stop the run. And, Josh Allen is a guy who can beat you all by himself with his legs more than his arm. He's a guy who has a cannon for an arm, but he's definitely still figuring it out accuracy-wise and kind of making those adult big boy NFL throws. He has the arm to make all of them, but he's still figuring out the nuances of the position as far as his footwork and his arm strength go. So I think if you stop the run and keep him in the pocket, that really is going to make things a little bit easier for you defensively. On offense, with the Bills are actually, that Bills defense has had a reputation for years, even when they were just terrible and their record was awful every single year. The defense was always pretty good, and they've always had that kind of tradition. And it's no different this year on the passing side. On the run defense side, they have been kind of vulnerable this year. So I am hoping that we see kind of a run-heavy offense that, plays to Brandon Allen's strengths on what he wants to do, throwing the football, and doesn't ask him to do too much. Run the football as much as possible until Buffalo shuts it down, and if they do, you got to go from there. But that's kind of going to be, against a team like Buffalo, who's got a pretty decent record. Are they 7-3 right now, or 8-3? They're one of those. Anyway, you've got to just kind of do those simple things if you want to take the next step and then start maybe thinking about winning the game. So stop the run and run the football. It sounds like something we say every week, but it's
more often than not, it's something the team does do every week. And we completely shut down Dalvin Cook, and we all said if we shut down Dalvin Cook, we will win this game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and they can do it and be successful at it in spurts. Can they do it over the entire game? They've got to, because every week they've got to come out and prove it, and sometimes they do it, and more often than not, they don't. So Can they come out and do it this week? We'll just have to see.
It's the team in general. We can sit here and say, oh, it's the defense's fault. Oh, it's the offense's fault for not playing well in the second half. Guys, we put up 3 points in the second half.
Yeah.
We allowed 27 points in the second half. To me, that is a complete team failure.
Yep, that's on both sides.
So you can't sit here and point the blame. So what I'm looking for is somebody, McManus, somebody, a person on the team to play all 4 quarters. Somebody.
Really, anybody.
I thought McManus would be the guy that could play well throughout the game. And because I don't know if you saw that kick, David. It hurts me because it was a good snap, great ball placement, laces out, and he hooks it so far to the right. I don't even know if it hit the net. So anyway, I want to see somebody play all 4 quarters well.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Anybody, and then maybe it'll spread from that one person. But let's start with one. That's kind of my big thing. Let's just have one. Got a couple of questions here. Should we keep Garrett Bowles as a backup next year? That's actually a pretty, see, to me, he's a good backup level player. But also to me, he's a guy who, if his career is going to go anywhere, he needs to do it. I think he needs a fresh start. He's a guy who is a prime candidate for, he's really succeeding with this team in 3 years. And you know what? All the best to him if he is. But I don't think that he is a guy who you really want in your locker room just because of the way it's gone so far anymore. He's a guy that it would benefit your team and the player for him to have a fresh start next year.
I completely agree. I think, we're not going to get a trade for him. That's a matter of fact. Nobody's going to trade for him, so we're going to cut him, and then he might be able to get picked up by somebody from there on out. But I don't know if Bowles is doing better. I think I just don't see it. He's not a first round quality left tackle, and it's his third season. There are no more excuses, and he has Mike Munchak as his offensive line coach. There are no more excuses as to why Garrett Bowles continues to get penalties. He had 2 against him this last week. When there are quarterback sacks, how many of them come from that left side? Allen has made the offensive line look better. A mobile quarterback makes an offensive line look better. Peyton Manning made the offensive line look better. They were not a good offensive line, but Peyton Manning was able to read the defense so well that he was able to make the offensive line look good. So, we have a mobile quarterback. Great. He can move away from the line when it starts collapsing. That doesn't mean that Garrett Bowles is playing better.
Yeah. And there's, I think we've said at this point all we can say about Garrett Bowles as far as how we feel this season. You just hope that he doesn't get anybody hurt.
Yep, completely agree. And some people disagree with me, and that's completely fine. But going back and watching the tape, they're not pressures or sacks or what, and we've seen Garrett Bowles play okay games, and we're like, okay, maybe he's on the right track. And then a few weeks later, he goes back to multiple holding penalties, giving up sacks as soon as he's facing a good pass rusher. It's not consistent, and at this point, if it's not consistent, I'm done with him.
Well, there we go. That's it. Let's see, Ryan, I love this, and I would actually really not be mad if this came to pass. Bills games do nothing but trick plays to make it all SPN top 10 players for the week. You know what? At this point, that'd be pretty fun to watch, and that's something we haven't seen a ton of from the Broncos this season is football that's fun to watch. So, you know what? Mix some darn trick plays in there. Mix them all in there. I want 10 jet sweeps and 5 halfback passes this game. That's, get Cortland Sutton out there throwing to Brandon Allen for touchdowns. That's going to be something to watch.
Just make Cortland Sutton the quarterback for an entire drive.
There you go. And
put Allen out there as a wide receiver. They'll never see it coming.
Never see it coming. We'll score 8 touchdowns like it's nobody's business. You guys will see.
Andrew has a long one. He says, we got out-schemed in the second half of Minnesota, although we see the Kubiak play-action boots. Our defense was not prepared for it. Both TDs to Diggs and Rudolph were way too easy. It appeared to me that Cousins was out of pocket and not practiced for the week. The word was the entire Vikings team was, kind of sitting back, relaxing. And David, the thing that I heard a Vikings fan tell me that just kind of stuck a knife in my heart was the way the Vikings were talking about the team and all the fans and everything. This was a trap game for the Vikings. We are now that team that is considered to be the team that comes in and be a trap game. But yeah, it did seem that none of the teams were really as prepared, and the coach was very frustrated that they hadn't been taking it nearly as seriously. But you see what happens as soon as you make a change and you go in a hurry up offense, and second half of the last game is what happened.
Yeah, and it's just your defense just looked totally unprepared for it, and that's it kind of comes back to what we've been talking about this whole time. If your team was good, or at least a team that was prepared to win games, at a certain point you'd be able to adjust somewhere. And if you're the team that your record says you are, you're going to see what we saw. You're going to see them not be able to adjust to the adjustment and to look completely unprepared for a new wrinkle. And, the result was what it was. We can kind of move past it at this point, but at the same time, we have to be prepared to see it a little more as the season goes along. Because it's something, unfortunately, that until some guys turn some corners, and it's not, just one or two guys, it's a bunch of guys that kind of need to get their gaps, play gap sound football, get their assignments down pat every single time. or you're just going to see these kind of mistakes. You're going to see these kind of breakdowns in discipline, and it's ultimately going to lead to losing more football games as the season goes along. It's kind of a bummer to say it, but unless we get to see 10 jet sweeps in one single play like Ryan wants to see, that's why I'd like to see some of it, because it's going to balance out really nicely. It's going to make the season a lot more watchable to me.
There you go. Let's see, Bless is one of our long-term fans, so I appreciate you watching, man. Says, welcome to the rebuilding years. And guys, I know you might be sitting here going, well, this is the third rebuilding year. Well, if you ask me, the 2 years with Vance Joseph didn't count. We've essentially started completely from scratch since he demoralized and demolished the team. So to me, this is the first year of the rebuilding phase. And, from what we're seeing on at least the defense side and some of the bright stars like Cortland Sutton and Phillip Lindsay still looking great. Even Royce Freeman is having solid play. Like, there's a positive direction here to this team, man.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot, there's a ton of reasons to actually watch this team. Yeah. Dalton Reisner, on offense, on defense.
Dalton Reisner, holy crap, man.
Yeah. Even a guy like Devontae Harris, who has had some ups and downs this season at the defensive back position, he's a guy who I really want to see stay in training camp with this team and come on next year, because I think Ed Donatel and Vic Fangio, if nothing else, we've seen them be able to coach up some of these young secondary players to play far beyond, Isaac Yiadom is Isaac Yiadom, but there's been more successes than failures back there for sure. So, there's guys there that I want to see on both sides of the football continue. It's just, and that's going to be the level of enjoyment for this team. Individual guys that we're looking forward to seeing. That's going to be what we can enjoy until we figure out the franchise QB and whether we've got one and whether we don't and when we're going to get one. That's when you, I think, can start to talk about real team success as far as wins and then playoff appearances. But, even if we don't get that right away, there's still plenty for this team to watch, for fans of this team to keep watching.
Before we go to some closing comments, we do have a request from Richard. He wants us to give us a shout out to his girlfriend, Sheila. He just got her to watch the show and she loves it. So we have a brand new Orange Weekly fan as of tonight, at least one that we know of. So thank you, Sheila, for watching. And thank you, Richard, for bringing her on board, man.
A devoted one for sticking with us through, admittedly, what has been not one of our easiest shows technically. Everybody who's still watching is a real trooper tonight and a new fan. That's pretty special.
I think we had to start the show 4 times before it finally took on Facebook.
Yeah, I think something like that.
So,
oh boy.
Okay, yeah. And yes, whoever asked, Ryan, the beard growing is going well. It's not as good as David's yet, but give another month or so, it'll get there.
Yeah. I mean, this is all you're ever going to get. The sides, we're not. I don't know why they don't work. It doesn't.
Sometimes, hey, you know what? This is the first time I tried it, and it looks okay. So I don't know.
It's coming all right.
Okay, David, we'll send some closing thoughts over to you guys. To you first, man, and we'll just kind of go from there, man.
It's just, oh man. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, and I'm glad to be back. I missed the Broncos. We had the bye week, and that kind of timed up perfectly with the old vacation there. But I missed being here with Broncos country because win, lose, or draw, and mostly one of those this season. But we're gonna be here for you because, man, we love it. It is so great to be here every single week. Just to talk about, to joke about the failures, to laugh, to keep from crying, if nothing else. And to do it with people who know exactly what you're going through because they're also going through your anguish. There's some sort of solidarity in that. You know what I'm talking about? It's a beautiful thing, Broncos country. I hope you can drink with me on that, if nothing else. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
Yep.
And God help me, but I'm an optimist, and I think we can win this Bills game. Stick with the pregame podcast for a little bit more on that. That's going to be coming back this week, and we can break down a little bit further what we think about that. But you know what? That's the thing about having a team like this is we have a chance every single week. You know what I mean? We're maybe going to lose heartbreaking games again in the future, but I think we can look at every team coming up on our schedule and say, well, that's not a blowout loss. If we can play all 4 quarters, that's a possible, a potential win on the schedule every single week. So even though we're not a very good team right now, it's not the kind of thing where we can look to be blown out by anybody. coming up. There's a lot of reasons to watch every game.
Completely agree, man. And for me, there's a lot of changes on the horizon, good and bad. And Shane, I'm sorry we didn't get your comment earlier. What I'm going to say about Chris Harris, and we'll talk about this more as it gets closer to the end of the season and free agency, is Chris Harris won't be with his team next year. He wants too much money, and he deserves money. He deserves to get paid, and he has to watch out for himself at some point because he knows he's coming to the end of his career and he wants more money. And I just don't think that that's the direction the Broncos want to go with. We have Simmons now back there. We have some really solid cornerbacks. We have young people to build on, and I think that's where the team's going to go with. So for me, David, this is one more step into the future next season and what we're going to see from these young players, and we need to get them that experience. This whole win now mentality has got to go. We are not, and as much as I would love to dream about us winning the rest of the season and going 9-7, that's just not going to happen. And the earlier we admit that and get these young players more opportunities to play and grow and develop, the better set we're going to be for next year. The more questions are going to be answered, and the more likely we're going to be able to find the right people for the positions we're weak on going into next season. So, Shane, that's pretty much the short answer to that question, but it does fit into, what I'm thinking in the long term of this Bills game. It's going to be good. Pretty much all these games have been good. We just keep falling on the losing side. It's still going to be a fun, good game to watch. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. And just watch for some of those young players. Go out and see what they're doing and see what Brandon Allen does. Maybe he does something fantastic to, cause even more better talk about him. I don't know. And we're still going to see if Drew Lock suits up as backup this week. I haven't heard an official no, but it's a maybe no. And then, dude, there's just a lot of things to look forward to in the next couple of weeks. So that's all I got, guys. For all those who are watching, thanks a ton. You guys are fantastic as always. And David, seriously, welcome back, man.
Oh, I appreciate it, Kev. It's great to be here with you. Great to be here with Broncos country. Thanks for coming out and sticking with us, guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And,
you too. We'll see you back here. Don't forget our halftime hash show, our pregame show Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and then our halftime hash show, obviously at halftime. Pregame podcast is coming out here in the end of the week, and our postgame podcast from this last week's game should be out tomorrow morning or tomorrow sometime. So watch out for that, guys. We got a ton of Broncos content for you. We're not pulling back at all. We're staying strong, just like you guys who are watching this video are doing as well. So cheers to all you guys. Take care. Enjoy your rest of the night. Go Broncos. We'll see you next week.
Broncos.